Yo, what is going on, you guys? It's your boy King Sanders here, and we are back with another day of sports betting. This is going to be for Sunday, April 3rd slate of NBA games. I'm super excited to hop into it. We have a huge slate of games. The only unfortunate part is we don't have a whole lot of lines right now. So I don't have a lot of plays as of right now, but make sure you guys are following me on Twitter. Make sure you guys do check the pinned comment section. I'll definitely be adding more. For sure, one more, maybe two. I haven't really decided yet, but at least one for sure. I got my eyes on a couple different things here, but we'll just have to kind of see how it plays out. So let's go ahead and dive into it. First, I did just want to go ahead and say that as of right now, we are on the road to 7,000 subscribers. So if you guys are new, make sure you guys do like, comment, subscribe, and turn on that notification bell so you guys know whenever I post. I am trying to hit 7,000 by playoffs, so hopefully we can do that. Next, I did just want to give a quick shout out here to all of our members here on the channel. Thank you guys so much for everything that you guys do, and thank you guys so much for giving such a small channel such a big chance, as I always say. So let's go ahead and dive into it. We had a great day of basketball yesterday. Man, an absolutely fantastic day yesterday. Not necessarily with our picks. We ended up going 2-2 with our picks, but just a great day to watch basketball. I know there was a lot of blowouts in the NBA, but there were still some really iconic performances. KD, he had 55 points. Unfortunately, it still resulted in a loss, but still, I mean, it was a great day of basketball. And how about that UNC game? That UNC and Duke game. We'll do a quick recap first. We'll do a quick recap, and then we'll kind of talk about that game. So, as of yesterday, like I said, we went 2-2. We had Terry Rozier under 27.5 PRAs. I think he only finished with 20. Really wasn't even that close of a bet. That one ended up working out for us. Then we had DeMar DeRozan over 26.5 points versus Miami. Dude shot like 6 for 18 or 6 for 16. I don't even remember. He shot terrible. Missed a couple shots right before he got pulled for the last like 3 minutes of the game. Finishes right on the hook. Finishes right at 26. I guess it was just more Zach LaVine's night than DeMar DeRozan's night. So I just picked the wrong bowl, unfortunately. But finishing right on the hook. Then we had Jordan Poole over 25.5 points. That one, low-key, was a lot more of a sweat than it needed to be. He had 24 points going into the fourth quarter and then didn't score until like 3 minutes left in the game. But he did end up cashing that one for us. And then we had Duke -4. I can't even be mad about that game, and here's why. I said in the video yesterday that I wanted UNC to win. I was going to be rooting for UNC, and they actually ended up coming through for us. I just expected that Duke was going to win. I really did. But I really was happy. I love seeing upsets in March Madness. There's truly nothing better for me. That's why I took Villanova yesterday too, was because, I mean, the stats did back it. But at the same time, like, I just wanted to see another upset. I just picked the wrong games. Obviously, Kansas, the favorite in this game, ended up winning and covering by like a long shot. And then UNC was the underdog in this game, and they covered. So I picked the wrong team, but it was such a great game. I mean, Caleb Love is an absolute monster, to say the least. Brady Manick, the absolute GOAT. Love his hair, love his beard. I mean, it's just an icon. It's a true and genuine icon. But it was a great game overall. Absolutely fantastic to watch. So let's go ahead and dive into it, though. I'll quit rambling. I'm just in shock. That was one of the best college basketball games, truly, that I've ever watched. And I'm not just exaggerating that. The only other one that I did see that may have been, or that was definitely better than that, was Duke versus Wisconsin back when Wisconsin did have Sam Decker and Frank Kaminsky running the show. That was another absolutely fantastic game, but that was obviously the championship game. Anyway, we'll go ahead and I'm going to quit rambling on. We only have 2 official plays. Only 2, but like I said, I will definitely be adding some more. But let's go ahead and dive into it. Our first play of the day, we're going to be taking Jason Tatum under 7.5 rebounds here versus the Washington Wizards at -140 odds. Now, Jason Tatum has gone under this exact line in 7 straight games, so that is definitely the reason why it's juiced up to -140. You may be able to shop around, find it for some better odds on some different books, but when it comes to DraftKings, it is at -140. Maybe you could parlay this together with the Celtics to win. I also really like that one as well. When it comes to the Washington Wizards, however, in their last 3 last 7 games, they've allowed the 9th fewest rebounds per game to opposing small forwards. So they don't allow a lot of rebounds to that small forward position, and I'll kind of explain that a little bit here just in a minute. And in the last 3 games, Washington, they've actually allowed the 2nd fewest rebounds per game to opposing teams in general. So they haven't been giving up a lot of those rebounds. So I do think we see a little bit of value there. And Washington, in their last 3 games, they are at the 8th slowest pace in the entire NBA. And Boston, over the course of the entire year, they are the 8th slowest in pace in the entire NBA. So both these teams are not known for playing at a super fast pace. So I really like our odds with that one, and it's a 12.5 point spread. So odds are we could be seeing Tatum resting here. I would say probably doesn't play any of the fourth quarter, especially if they are up by a good margin. So also Jason Tatum is more than likely going to be matched up on either Corey Kispert or Denny Avdia. Now, we all know that they shoot a ton of threes, so Tatum is going to be spending a lot of time on the three-point line, and I would say most of his rebounds tomorrow are at the time they're recording this video. So most of his rebounds today are going to be offensive. So I think we see a little bit of value there for Jason Tatum, under 7.5 rebounds here versus Washington at minus 140. Next, in our final official play of the day, we're going to be taking the Toronto Raptors -2 versus the Miami Heat at minus 110 odds. Now, Toronto's been red hot here recently. They have actually covered in 10 of their last 13 games. They've been a really solid team, and I think that this does continue once again. As a home favorite this year, the Toronto Raptors are 16-14 against the spread. And historically versus the Miami Heat, they have covered in their last 2 games versus Miami. They've actually won by 4 in both of them, so it has been close. But they have ended up covering. And the Heat, I know that they have covered in 3 straight, but if you look at it before that, they didn't cover in 7 straight, so they have only covered in 3 of their last 10 games. And we all know, I mean, Miami, it's no shocker. They are a much older team. They have a lot of veterans on that team. They got a lot of miles, to say the least. So odds are, if they were to be taking any sort of a rest day, I do think that this is a pretty good spot for it. They obviously are on the second leg of a back-to-back versus Chicago. So could we see it? Could we see potential rest? They are 2 games ahead of Milwaukee in the Eastern Conference. Could they lose a game and still be ahead? Absolutely. So I do think that this could be one that we could see them fall here. So I'm going to be taking my odds here. In Toronto, they're tied for 5th with my Chicago Bulls. So if they end up winning this game, they will actually be taking the lead versus the Chicago Bulls and not have to play in that play-in game, and I think that that's what they're going to be going for. So I really like our odds here. I think that they just have a little bit more to play for. So we're taking Toronto -2 versus Miami at minus 110 odds. Next, I did just want to go ahead and just kind of talk about another play that I did like. I was looking at Luka Doncic's kind of like his game log and stuff, and I can't really decide what the Dallas Mavericks are doing. I don't know if they're going to be playing him a lot of minutes, or because it is kind of a big game versus Milwaukee, or if they're just going to say, no, rest, we need you for the playoffs, and kind of sit him. So I haven't really decided, but I do think that I like Luka Doncic's under in rebounds, but I truly haven't decided. He hasn't been trying for a lot of rebounds as of last game at least. So could we see more of that? I just don't know. So I will more than likely be staying away from that one, but I do have a couple other plays that I'm going to be looking at. So make sure you guys do check out my Twitter and make sure that you guys do check out the pin comment section as well. So that is going to do it for today's video. If you guys did enjoy, make sure you guys like, comment, subscribe, and turn on that notification bell so you guys know whenever I post. Like I said, we're on the road to 7,000 subscribers. I'm trying to hit that by the playoffs. So if you guys are new, make sure you guys are subbed. But that is going to do it for me. This is King Sir signing out. Peace.